Hello everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to another movie news roundup series. So this week, Animated Me will be taking over for this week, and we got quite a bit of video game movie news for this week. And before we get into this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So the first bit of news is that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has now got a release date announced, and the movie is set to be released in December 20th, 2024. The second bit of news is that a live-action Pac-Man movie is in the works from Wayfarer Studios. And the last bit of news is that SEGA is planning on adapting 2 classic games into movies. Now it's time for Thoughts for the Day, where I talk about my thoughts on this week's movie news. So regarding the news about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 being released in December 20th, 2024, I'm really excited about this. I'm glad that we got a release date for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, so now I can actually start preparing for when the movie actually comes out. And the fact that this movie is being released in December 2024 actually helps this movie get more time to develop the script and the production as well. Another good thing about this movie being released in December is that I believe that December is a really good month for lots of movies, especially family movies like Sonic the Hedgehog. So I think that because this movie is being released in December, or is being released during the holiday month where a lot of kids are off, or a lot of families are off from work, this would be a great time for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 to do pretty well in theaters. Now, I do have some major concerns regarding this release date. So the biggest concern regarding this release date is that it's going to be released on the same day as Avatar 3. Now, the second Avatar movie, Avatar: The Way of the Water, is slated to be released this year on December 16, 2022. So the fact that we're going to have a third Avatar movie in 2024 has me a bit concerned. And the reason why I'm very concerned about this is because we know that the first Avatar movie has the highest box office number in history, and because of that, I'm worried that putting Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the same day as Avatar 3 could potentially cause some problems for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at the box office if it's competing against a really big movie. However, because Avatar 2 is coming out this year, we don't know how well Avatar 2 is going to do, if it's going to beat out the box office number for the original movie, or if it's going to do lower. We don't know. So in the meantime, I want to see how the box office numbers for the second Avatar movie goes before I really start worrying about whether or not it's a good idea to put Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the same day as Avatar 3. But again, I'm concerned about that because Avatar is a pretty big movie, and even though the Sonic the Hedgehog movies have been doing pretty well at the box office as of late, not one of those movies have made it up to $1 billion yet, so we have to wait and see how Avatar 2 does, and whether or not Avatar 3 would affect the box office numbers for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So in regards to the live-action Pac-Man movie being in the making, I'm a bit concerned about that movie. I was hoping that if they were going to make a Pac-Man movie, it would be fully animated, because I feel like that Pac-Man as a character would lend himself much better to being fully animated. But on the other hand, I don't know if Pac-Man's going to be the only CGI character in this live-action adaptation, or if they're going to have human characters alongside Pac-Man. So I am a bit concerned about what they're going to do with this Pac-Man movie, if it's going to be faithful to the games themselves, or if they're going to make it a human-focused adaptation, which I really hope that doesn't happen, because I'm not a huge fan with having mostly human-focused adaptations about famous characters. For example, I didn't like the fact that Sam Witwer was the main character of the Transformers movies, and the Transformers were mostly secondary characters, despite the fact that the movie is called Transformers. So I hope that we don't get that similar situation with the Pac-Man movie, it's going to be mostly on the human characters and not enough on Pac-Man himself as a character. So I am interested in seeing what this Pac-Man movie is going to be all about, and whether or not Pac-Man is going to be the main focus of this film. And then the last bit of news regarding Sega bringing 2 classic games to becoming movies is an interesting story. Like, the 2 video games that Sega is planning to bring to the big screen are Space Channel 5 and Comic Zone. And I will admit that I'm a bit surprised that Sega chose these 2 games to become their own movies, because these 2 games are some of the most obscure games that Sega ever has released. Like, I never played a Space Channel 5 game, and Comic Zone, I only vaguely remember it when I was younger. Like, I didn't play it that much when I was a kid, but I know that it's one of those games that doesn't get talked about a lot. And I was a bit surprised about Sega putting out these 2 properties and letting them get their own movie adaptations. However, if they get the right crew members, like the right writers and the right director to do these movies, I think these movies will do pretty well. As long as they get the right directors and the right writers who know how to make good movies, regardless of the source material they're dealing with. Like, for example, they got some really good writers and a really good director for the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. So hopefully, as long as they chose the right directors and the writers for the Space Channel 5 movie and the Comic Zone movie, I'm looking forward to seeing those 2 properties come to the big screen, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do with them. So those are my thoughts for this week's movie news roundup, and tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this week's movie news roundup? Are you excited that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is coming out in December 2024? What are your thoughts about this new live action Pac-Man movie? And what are your thoughts about Sega putting out their 2 most obscure properties like Comic Zone and Space Channel 5 as movie properties? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, like this video? If you want to check out more crazy content from this channel, then please hit that big old colorful subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, then please support me through Patreon so I can make more awesome content for this channel.